Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and in this video we are going to be doing something really highly requested, which is an updated guide step by step of how to get the Cronus Zen working on the PS5. Now for this to work, you're obviously going to need a Cronus Zen, a PlayStation 5, we're going to be using the PS5 controller, and you need a donor controller. I'm using this Nakon. I will put a link in the description below. The very next thing we're going to do is make sure that the Zen is up to date. So we're going to plug it into the computer using both of the supplied cables like so. Next, we're going to head over to the Cronus downloads page. I will leave a link in the description below, and we're going to download the Collective Minds update tool for Windows. We're also going to scroll up and download Zen Studio. Go ahead and launch the update tool, which is the top one here. I've just saved it to the desktop. You will now see that it says no devices found, even though the Zen is plugged in. So we're going to go back to our Zen and we're going to press a button on the back of the Zen as follows. Flip over your Zen and hit the little blue button. Give that a hold until the computer recognizes it, and then we can do our update. Your screen should now change like so. Just go ahead and click on where it says Collective Minds Cronus Zen, and it will bring you up with this little slider. Just make sure that the slider is all the way to the right as it is now, and then click on update, and it will show you that the latest update as of recording this video is 2.0.10. Just begin the update and it will say flashing firmware. Now that this is done, let's go ahead and launch our Zen Studio. Once Zen Studio is open, the device should sync. It doesn't always do this, it depends how often you use the Zen, but go over to the device tab at the top right and make sure that these specific settings are enabled, where it says enable PS4 specialty mode or whatever that is. Go on the drop down menu and make sure you've selected PlayStation 4/PlayStation 5. That's really important. Just copy the settings that are on the screen right now. After that, head over to Programmer, and you're going to be able to find all the different scripts that you can then drag to the slots below. I've got the Warzone Season 5 pack and the Warzone Essentials Pro pack. So you just drag them down there. If you want to know how to set these packs up, just watch any of my gun videos that I have on this channel. They will show you how to set the packs up individually. And then go ahead over to the left side of the screen where you see the little play button. Hit that and it will then program your device. Now that we're done on the computer, close Zen Studio and then unplug your Zen. I'm going to show you the bit that's probably confusing everyone, how to get it to work on the PlayStation. Now this is the most important part, guys. Make sure that the cable is plugged in. This is the micro USB cable that goes into the back of the Zen. The PlayStation is turned off. It's in rest mode. This is super important. I guarantee this is what is throwing most of you off when you're saying it doesn't work. So the cable is connected, but the Zen is not connected to the end of the cable, and the PlayStation is turned off. Now, as you can see, the Cronus is not actually connected yet, and the PlayStation is still turned off. We're going to turn the PlayStation on using the PS5 controller. This is really important you do it in this exact order to get it to actually work. Once the console loads up, press X on the PS5 controller to sign into your account so that you are now on the home screen of the PlayStation and there is no Zen connected yet. Now that we're signed in, we're going to go ahead and plug our Cronus Zen in. I'm doing this all in one shot so you can see how it's done. It will then pop up on the screen to say which controller are you using. Now obviously the Zen doesn't have buttons on it to select anything, so it'll just stay on this screen. What we now do is connect our Nakon controller. As soon as we plug in the Nakon controller, the screen will now refresh to say which controller are you using. You press X on the Nakon controller to get rid of this message. It has to be plugged in to the left side of the Zen, exactly how you see me do it. Now we go ahead and get our USB Type-C cable for the PS5 controller, and we put it in the bottom left port, which I'm showing you right now. So go ahead and plug that in and then get the other end plugged in to your PS5 controller. Now, as you can see, the PS5 controller will now take over and everything works perfectly. Pressing this button on the right side of the Zen will allow you to scroll between the packs that you've just put on your Zen. So as you can see, here's my Warzone pack. Now again, this is what your setup should now be looking like. If you do have the Cronus Zen PS5 dongle, you will simply plug the dongle in exactly where the PS5 controller is plugged in here. Obviously, you don't need the donor controller. I don't have the Bluetooth dongle, so I'm just using this USB mouse thing as just a point of reference, but you'll basically just plug that dongle in exactly where the PlayStation controller is plugged in. Now, in terms of using a microphone with it on the PlayStation controller microphone port, I've not been able to test that because I do not use that type of microphone. I use the PlayStation 5 Pulse headset. Just turn the headset on. It will then pop up on the screen giving you a prompt which headset you're using. Press X and there are no disconnect issues whatsoever. Now look, I hope this video has helped you. It 100% works. I've literally just done it today. Take care. Any questions, leave them in the comment section below.